Okay, awesome. So we're live. Um, and I'll just wait for a couple others to get on here because I think two or three more for sure are going to get on. But if you have any questions, if you can like scroll your mouse, I don't know why I can't think, over to the left and it should pop up where it says like Q&A and you should see like let me see if I can ask something. No, I can't. Oh, okay, perfect. It pops up. Awesome. Oh, I feel like we lost Brittany. Anyway, so I'll just go ahead and get started because I don't want to take up too much of y'all's time, and then everyone else can watch the recording. These are all recorded. But anyway, I just kind of wanted to announce a couple of things y'all might know, you might not know. First of all, I wanted to talk about July. In July, on the 25th, is going to be our Super Saturday. And I always just recommend everybody attend those because basically what it is you'll get like, oh, she just said technical difficulties. Anyway, you'll get like you'll find on beachbody.com or teambeachbody.com kind of like in your area where the best Super Saturday is. And for us in Houston, I'm going to put like which one I'm going to.
Hi.
How are you?
Good. How are you?
Good, good. Okay, so I'm just going to go ahead and mute you so it doesn't keep switching back and forth. And then I told them if you find the question and answer as I'm talking, if you want to type a question, or then later, most of this will be you guys getting to ask questions. So don't worry. But anyway, I'm just going to go ahead and get started with the announcements. So July 25th is going to be our Super Saturday event. And for those of y'all that don't know what that is, I was just saying, it's really awesome. It's basically there's an event anywhere in your area, like in any state or any major city. So in Houston, there's like, I think there's 4 or 5 different ones. But I'll post a link for you guys in our coaching group because basically what you do is you just type in like the zip code that you live in and it'll say like whatever's closest. You can also bring guests to Super Saturday that aren't coaches. So if you have anybody that's kind of interested, it's a really good way to make them feel like part of the team and feel like they're not just sitting from home like creating their own business. So how it works is like somebody that's at like 2-star diamond and above will run it with like a bunch of people from their team, and they give away prizes. They'll do like a brand new workout. Like I think this month they're doing like a size workout. So for those of y'all that don't have size, or if you're not like a diamond coach and you don't have access to it, you'll get to try that out. And that's always good too for if you're bringing people for the first time to get to see the workouts and everybody doing them together. And they always have like Shakeology to sample and like E&E or like our recovery drink there to sample. So that'll be cool too. But what we always don't want to miss, sorry, this lighting is like really weird, is that at the end of every Super Saturday, there's a video that we watch that if you miss it, you probably won't get that information. So it's basically like whatever's new and up and coming in the next month, like whatever our challenge pack, like hot challenge packs are going to be. Because like over the last, and Brittany, you'll notice this, but over the last like 3 months, it's been 21 Day Fix has been like the cheapest challenge pack. But like back in January, it was T25. So after 21 Day Fix kind of stops being so notable, those will switch every single month. And so you'll kind of like get to try new things. Like when size comes out in July, they'll probably make, I'm guessing they'll make size to be like the August cheap one. It'll probably be like 140. So I always just like to go to the Super Saturday events. You get to see those things. You also get to see top coaches like kind of give mini trainings in that video. And then they'll tell you about new things that are coming up. Like for instance, every quarter we have something called Surge. And it's just like it's like a live streaming event where they just talk about new announcements. Like the last Surge we had in March, they announced Beachbody On Demand, which was huge. And so you just get a good idea of all the new things that are coming out so that you then can go and promote that. Like for instance, a lot of the Star Diamond coaches have gotten to be part of like the size test group. So you guys have probably seen if you're following any coaches, but they'll do like a little bit of the dance. and they'll be like, it's coming out, like, don't you want to come try it with me? I'm part of the test group, that kind of thing. So once you kind of have like the inside knowledge on that, you can start promoting for stuff like that and kind of capture like a different niche audience, if that makes sense. So that's August or July 25th. So, and it'll be right after Summit. So I'm sure there'll be a lot of announcements about Summit and things like that. So that's that. Let me go to, what was I going to say? Oh yeah, the other thing that we have coming up in August, it starts August 1st, is the Beachbody Team Cup. And that might sound weird to you guys, but really it's just kind of like a push. You sign up with like 5 people, and you're just going about your own business like you would normally do every month, but you want to hit certain goals, and like the people who win the Team Cup for Beachbody or get like really close get to go to headquarters and check it out and kind of get to like hang out with Carl Deichler for a day. So it's just kind of a way, like it's August 1st to August 30th to really be pushing for your goals, to really be like, okay guys, like normally on a month, you know, I'd like to sign up 3 coaches in a month. This month, let's all try to sign up 5. And then with your team, you kind of use each other for accountability, and you can see their numbers. There can only be 1 diamond coach on a team. So if you guys want to kind of get together and try and sign up and get on a team as coaches and as Emerald coaches, that would be great. And then y'all would kind of get to know each other more. But I'll be sending y'all more information about that. It's really just kind of like an accountability group, but you can win some cool things, and it just kind of holds you accountable. So that's August 1st. And then I did want to mention Size, like I just said, Size and Fixate, the cookbook, like I'm sure y'all have seen. Fixate Cookbook just came out today for coaches. So I have some pictures on my Facebook if you guys would be interested. One of them I just posted, and I like it better because it's not so crowded. It's just kind of like a picture of autumn, and it's like now available. But that's a really good tool because for some of you that are just getting started, it's like $14 for the Fixate Cookbook. It'd be great if you guys hosted like your free clean eating challenges and then said like, whoever's been the most active in this group, you've won, and here's what you've won. And it's like a $14 cookbook, but it kind of puts them on the 21-day fix track. So it's like, you know, I always say and me and Rachel were talking about this, but to reach out to them like day 4 or day 5 and say, you know, what's your next step? You guys have been eating clean for the last week. Some of them will say that they've lost a lot of weight just by changing that. So I would love to give that as a gift, and you can also buy it with the containers. So you're kind of getting them started on like the 21-day fix, and then that kind of would give them more momentum even to then maybe join the 21-day fix group. So definitely think of that because it's a pretty cheap option. As a coach, you guys get it for $14.95. So, you know, you're not having to spend like $50 on a 3-day refresh. I mean, you can just go ahead and get that. So that comes out today. I bought 2 of those. I probably should have bought more, but I don't think they're running out. I think like normally when we launch things, it runs out really quickly. But there's still a lot of those. And then Size is supposed to be launching July 21st. And that's going to be cool too. And the other thing I want to tell y'all is that I'm going to Summit. I'm leaving Thursday. Can't wait. And that's one of the things that I'm going to be doing there. I'm going to get Size certified. So I kind of wanted to mention that to you guys too. If you ever, you know, are like really into a workout, like I know a couple girls who did this with Pio. Brittany, I could see you doing this with 21-day fix. But you can look up like, does Beachbody certify for that? And if it's something that you're interested in, not everybody wants to be an instructor, but you can literally like get Pio certified and then, you know, start talking to gyms and say, have you guys ever tried this? It's just a great way to kind of like broaden your cold network and start to meet some new people. I have a girl that I'm friends with, not connected to in this business, but she's an awesome instructor. She started teaching that, and that was just kind of what she offered to her group members that were like, I can only make it like 1 day a week, you know, and she would be like, well, buy it, and then you can do it all day. And then if you want the community, you can, you know, come and do it with us. So she kind of found like she found quite a bit of coaches that way. And then also, you know, sign some people up as customers. So that's something that's there. But Size is going to be launching, and I'm going to be doing the workouts there with Shanti. So I'm going to be videoing and showing you guys like some clips. And you can buy it, I think it's August 21st. But that'll be a fun one, I think, maybe to give away. Like when you do a fitness challenge, you know, if somebody's like really dialed in with, let's say, 21-day fix and it's weights and cardio, it'd be something fun and new to show them, like, hey, you want to mix it up and do this dance workout, you know, as like a giveaway also. I'm pretty sure like at a coach fee, it's probably going to end up being like $55. So just something to think about. But I will tell you guys, like once you start kind of building your list and getting all these people on your list, you'll start to see like this person's probably not going to be interested in max 30, but they might be interested in that dance workout, or they might be interested in PIO. So I would try and keep, you know, you always want to be promoting that stuff, whether you think people are really going to be interested in it or not. So that's a good one. The next is the promotions for this month, which I'm sure you guys already know, but I'm just going to go ahead and say again, is 21 Day Fix and 21 Day Fix Extreme. So you basically, your customers basically get either one of those programs for $10 more than the cost of Shakeology. So for $140, that's how I always kind of pitch it to people, is like, if you're going to be drinking Shakeology anyway, because a lot of people will tell you, you know what, I'm good with the clean eating. I really just want to use Shakeology as a supplement. I don't think I'm going to work out, so I'll just get that. I always try and tell them, because again, you're going to get Success Club points based on people buying challenge packs, and I just don't like telling people like they should just do one thing or the other. Like that's what I love about Beachbody, is that we have fitness, nutrition, accountability. So I just don't really like to tell people like, yeah, just get Shakeology. I mean, it just makes sense. For $10 more, they could either have Beachbody On Demand, which they could choose which workout they want to do, or they could have one of these, you know, highlighted or hot list workouts. So I always just say, like, might as well get 21 Day Fix. Even if it's someone older, for instance, like my grandma wanted to do Shakeology, and I was like, well, for $10 more, I mean, you could give that to someone. I could use it as a giveaway. So I just always tell people that. Or if people want to sign up their husband, I always say that too. Like, well, you're doing 21 Day Fix. Why don't you sign up your husband with a challenge pack with, you know, T25 or On Demand or something like that, so you could try something different or have something for a giveaway, anything like that. But I hate to give people just Shakeology, because it just, they're not getting that whole fitness program, and it's just $10 more. Also, another promotion that we have this month is the Kickstarter 21 Day Fix. So I've had a lot of people, like after the holiday weekend and like with school starting back up and stuff, that want to do the three-day refresh, which is great. They could just do the 3-day refresh. But this month, if they get the refresh plus 21 Day Fix plus Shakeology, it's $180. So that's quite a bit of savings. So make sure when you're talking to people that you really know what they're looking for. I mean, I think it's easy for us to be like, oh, good, you want to buy Shakeology? Awesome, sign up. You know, and especially when you're a new coach, you're like, I don't want to feel like I'm pushing anything, but that's why we talk about really forming people, really getting an understanding of what they want. If someone says they want to lose 55 pounds and that's their goal, and they're going to do 2 cycles of something, then you might suggest, like, you know what, you might want to get a jump start on that and really just kind of clean out your system. Like, is this something you'd be interested in, you know? And I'm just always doing that, because sometimes people just don't know what we have, and sometimes we get so used to just promoting one product over the other. I just think, just make sure when you're talking to people about moving forward in your group that you really get an understanding of what their goals are. And then some people will say, there's no way I'm going to work out. I just do not want to do it. And I'll say, why don't you think about getting a refresh plus Shakeology if you're really just focused on supplements? You know, that kind of thing. Anyway, I got way off the beaten path there. Oh, yeah, and then this month for Success Club earners, which I know you guys know, I hammer this home every time. Like, it's a benchmark to know you're growing your business if you're hitting Success Club. So for this month, even if you did like the free clean eating challenge, that's another big incentive to start your fitness challenge, is because you want some people to start coming in this month so that you can hit Success Club, and that hopefully your first month through your third month you hit Success Club and you get a free ticket to Summit and you get to go next month or next year. So be focusing on that. If you hit Success Club this month, you get like a wear and share. Basically, it's something new every month. Like, this is something that I got, which I don't know why anyone would want this. But, you know, for hitting Success Club, another thing we got was like Beachbody Monopoly, which is kind of fun. Like, if you ever went to like a, you know, like a fitness expo or something like that. It's also good for Facebook posts to just show them that every month Beachbody gives us something. But this one I like a lot because you could choose from a mug, a water bottle, or a gym bag. And so that way when you're out and about, people can see, you know, Shakeology or Beachbody or whatever, you know, and you're out and about and they'll ask you about it. Every time I wear my 21 Day Fix tank top, every single time, if I go to the grocery store, somebody's like, do you do that? What is that? Like, I've given away like so many cards from just wearing that. So that's a good one. Oh, and then the last announcement is just while Summit is going on, there's ways that you guys can stream that live. And I would definitely recommend doing that, especially to you guys, which all of you on here now, that really do want to build this as a business, because it's very, I mean, any live Beachbody event, it's very inspiring, and it's just, you feel like part of the team, and you get to see like what a big company this is and how cool it is. And so that there, you can stream live the like the welcome show on Thursday night. That's at LP Field. So that'll be cool because you'll get to see like all 30,000 coaches or however many are going. And then you can also follow on social media, and some of the sessions are live. And those are awesome because they're free and they're from the top coaches in this company. So it's just like free training. I mean, if anything, I wait for them to re-record it and you can save them. Like you can go back from Summit 2014 and there's some great talks about just like how to build diamonds, you know, how to advance your business forward by converting challengers to coaches, all kinds of good stuff. So if you guys want to, you know, stream in live, I'll also be sending videos and showing you guys what's going on. So, okay, and then my very last announcement, and I need to wrap this up so you guys can ask questions. But I wanted to kind of share my screen with y'all and walk y'all through the new coach training program. And I've just been, to be totally honest, I just haven't felt like I really knew what I wanted for that Coach Basics program. I've seen other coaches do it, and I didn't think it was good. The one that I did was okay, but it's not for everyone. I mean, I'm somebody that was just like, I just want to finish so that I can get really good at this. But, you know, and so I just wanted to find a better way to do it. So I'm just going to quickly walk y'all through that. Some of y'all might have seen it already, but I'll just do it really fast. I'm going to go ahead and share my screen. And that way, anybody who's missing this call can watch it also on the recording. Oops. I mean, why? Okay. Where is it? Whoa. Sorry. Okay. So actually, first I'm going to show you all this. Just a reminder, as you're talking to coaches, I know like you two have that free clean eating challenge that's going to come to a wrap up. This is something really good that even if you guys wanted me to do this a couple of times this month, after this first 4 days, I'm happy to do this for y'all. So this is our backstage pass to coaching, and it just says like watch the intro video, check in every morning after 8:30, and I'll just show y'all some of the stuff. But it's just basically like, welcome to our 3-day backstage pass. This is just talks kind of about my story and how I got into coaching. This is like, what does a Beachbody coach do? And it's pretty good. It kind of outlines like what we do, our power hour, how people can do it even when they have full-time jobs, that kind of stuff. And then this one is like 8 concerns that you're addressing. And this one's really good. I mean, I talked about people saying that this is a pyramid scheme, which it's not, and addressing that. I talk about, you know, a couple other things in there that I know from experience and other coaches know from experience, and we can address it. So if there's anybody in here, if there's anybody you guys are talking to that you're like, you know what, if they had a little bit more information, they'd probably want to be a coach, invite them to this group. And this is not going to change. I'll put this in our, if you guys see up here, it's always facebook.com/groups/Wilde Republic Sneak Peek. It's always going to be that group. So if you guys want to invite, like say you want to invite 6 people, shoot me a message, say, hey, I really want these 6 people to go through your backstage pass. I'll put them in the group and I'll just restart it over again. So that way you guys can kind of use me. I already have the information. I already have the videos. And then once you feel comfortable, I have this template in our coaching group, and you can just make your own videos or use mine and host your own backstage pass. But I want you guys to feel comfortable to put people in there because, you know, as you guys will see, building your team is what's going to make you successful. You know, hitting Success Club, that is amazing, and that's teaches your team what to do. But you want to make sure that you're doing the right activities, but you're also really kind of growing your team. So just getting these people to see this information, just like y'all did when you first started, can sometimes move them through to want to join. Okay, so the next thing I'm going to show y'all is where to go. Grow and Go Wilde. So this, I just started it today, and it can be your day one. But what I'm going to do here is, if you go to Grow and Go Wilde, if you click on the banner, it says like welcome. So to get started, watch this video first here. Okay, so that's the first welcome video. I'm also going to pin that video, or here it is. This is like day one, welcome. So that's there. I'm probably going to pin that. But what I did is I went, and this is for you guys to know too when you're doing your challenge groups. I think this is a really cool way to do it. I actually got this from Melanie Mitro, who's the top coach this year. But what I did is I created in the photos section, where is it? Okay. An album. So this album is weekly assignments. So if you click on that album, then you see week one, and it shows you. Click on each photo to get your assignments for that week. If you're far behind or speed through this, that's okay. Just make sure to text or call your coach to let them know where you are. So if you go to week one assignments, here it is. It's like click the document link to get all 7 days assignments. Make sure to check in with your coach. It's going to give you a little synopsis, but then this is connected to my, what do you call it? Geez. My documents on my drive. So it's just anybody can see this. So here you go. Day one, assignment one. Watch this video about how to launch your business. Then it gives you a little assignment. It's like, make sure to tag your personal, or post in the group listing the top 3 things this video introduced you to that will add value to your business. This one, you know, inviting and signing up coaches using your Facebook event. And then it says your assignment, create your launch post on your personal profile, tag your coach, post the date and name of your first challenge group. So this is just keeping us accountable, making sure that you guys are going at this at the right pace. But then again, since it's all here, if you could only do day one for the first 3 days, that's fine. That's all you could do. If you wanted to do day 1 through day 7, the first day, then great, have at it. So it's there to kind of allow you guys to go at your own pace. But if you go at the pace that it's set out for you, you're going to be moving your business forward for sure. So it's basically all watch a video, do something. And that's all there. So like for right now, I just have week 1, the link for week 1. I'll post the next one like beginning of week 1, and it'll all be here. And then also what I'm going to do is I'm going to create an album that's going to be, and we have this in our coaching guide, but I'm going to go ahead and create an album that's like scripts. I'm going to create an album that's challenge group templates. So that'll all be here as we're going through the training. And when you guys do an assignment and I say post in this group, you're going to go to write your post and you're going to post right here, just like you would in a challenge group. So that's going to be all right there. So let's see. Yeah, and this, you guys can add your coaches anytime because it's just like their own week 1, their own week 3, whenever they start, just go ahead and add them anytime you want. Like when you sign up a new coach, just say, this is our team's, you know, coach basics group. Here's the instructions, go through them and do it, you know? And then like I said, once you guys get really far into this, just copy this and make your own videos and copy the document. But I think that'll make it easier for you guys to be able to just do it at your own pace. And then as coaches come in, you can just throw them over here. Let's see. Where did you guys go? I lost you. Oh. Okay. Okay, so does that make sense, y'all, that group? Okay. And I would say, like, as you're going forward with your challenge groups, I would instruct them to do it that way too, just so when you want to recreate your challenge group, like for instance, when I do like a fit challenge group, so many people post in the group, like their pictures of their food, like Rachel, you're seeing that now, like so many people are posting. If you wanted to keep that, and this is another thing to note, Facebook, if you start opening like a new group every week or every month, every time you do something, Facebook's going to go, girl has a lot of groups. She's probably running a business through Facebook on her personal page. And they're going to like ping you and put you in Facebook jail. So it's really good to keep your group and just delete everything and like redo it again. So it's a lot easier to do that if you have them in photo albums and then that's just static. You don't have to change that, you know? So the only thing you'd be deleting is like everybody's comments from that last group. So I just think it'd make it easier to just keep that group over and over. And you can change the banner. Like, if, you know, if I have 21 days to Bikini Beach Babe, but then in the fall I have like, don't fall back to old habits. I don't know. I can just change the banner and just keep the same like link in the same group. And that also works really well for if you're using Buffer app or if you're using Hootsuite, like an automated poster. It goes by whatever that group link is. So like I could change my group name, you know, every week, but it realizes that, oh, that's your sneak peek group because it's based on the link. So I would just do it that way too. I think that's all that I had as far as announcements. And I'm not going to do any kind of training. And for like Amanda and Rachel, I know y'all are new. Usually what we'll do on a team call is we'll take like a question that a lot of coaches asked that week, and I'll do like a mini training on it. And then we'll do a Q&A, but the training goes kind of long. So what I'm going to start doing now is just more like, let's do some announcements, you know, maybe some recognition, and then you guys can just ask questions. Just wherever you're at, no matter if you're, you know, like almost a diamond coach or a brand new coach, you guys can go ahead and ask questions. So I'm just going to do that now. I'm going to unmute you guys, all of you. Can I do that? I think I can do it. No? Can you guys unmute yourself? Pretty good. Okay. Okay, yeah, y'all are unmuted. So just anybody who has a question, if y'all have any questions, just, and it doesn't have to be about this call. It can just be anything that you're experiencing with talking to people or reaching out to people. Like if you have any questions, just go ahead and ask. If you don't, that's okay too.
I don't have any.
No? Okay. Y'all don't have any?
I don't have a ton of questions. I just have a hard time getting people to want to actually do the shakes. Everybody wants to do the exercise in the nutrition program, which is funny because you said a lot of people want to do the shakes but not the videos. But my experience is completely opposite.
Really?
Yeah,
Like
it's frustrating.
Do you feel like you're getting, like, where do you feel like you're getting most of your like interest? Like, is it from people you work with, or is it?
Well, that's where it started with, was people I worked with. But now it's kind of, sadly, people my husband works with, because they know and see what my friends are doing at work because we work close together. But now just like high school friends and old college friends.
Yeah.
Kind of.
I will say, I just always, and there's a video that I posted on this. If you go to our coach website, and it'll be in this first week of new coach training too, but if you go to our coach website, I think it's called, it's some cheesy name. It's like, you have an objection, sorry, no you don't, or something like that, but it's about objections and dealing with objections. I'll send it to you, but I love this. There's a coach, her name's Jessie Pasola, and she said that like when people come up with that for her, she always uses the feel, felt, found. And she says, like, I totally understand how you feel. Like if somebody's like, I just feel like that's too expensive, which is, do you feel like that's the feedback you're getting, that it's too expensive, or that they just don't want to drink the shakes?
Yeah, it's too expensive.
Yeah.
Because they can, like, I can find protein shakes. I'm like, well, it's not just a protein shake. We go through all that spiel, and
yeah,
some people are like, oh, I can find Advocare, or I can find something else for half the price.
Yeah, and I think what I'm always saying to people, and maybe you're saying this too, but what I always say is, like, I totally like, I just had one of Halston's teachers. I mean, I know she doesn't, like, you know, she's a hard worker. She doesn't make a ton of money. She really wanted to do it, but I knew that was probably going to be an issue. And I did the same thing for her. She was like, just me and my husband are trying to budget, you know, and I was like, listen, I totally understand how you feel, because I thought it was really expensive also. So that's like, I felt the same way. But it's like, what was I saying? Feel, felt, yeah, like I see how you feel. It can seem expensive at first, that kind of thing. I felt the same way when I didn't really know, you know, the results or anything behind it, But what I found was, and what I always say with Shakeology is, what I found was as it replaces a meal a day, and for me it's usually breakfast, I was either buying a freaking, like McMuffin at work or a latte that was $4 a day every day. And I kind of already had my grocery budget $4 for a meal. In fact, you probably spend more than $4 for every meal. And so I kind of said when I realized that I already had that in my budget for a meal, then it made more sense, and I could see how it's cost effective. And I always say, like, I up front it sounds like a lot, but it's literally $4.50 a day for your breakfast. So, and then I always say, I mean, is that something you feel like you could budget for, $4.50 a day for your breakfast or your snack, or, And then I always say, like, I mean, that's the price of a latte, but with a latte, you're not getting any of the nutrition, you're not getting any of this and that. And I always usually just, like, are you showing them the videos of Shakeology?
Yes, I am.
Okay. Yeah, and it might just be tough. It might just be that, in that niche, they just don't want to listen, which is tough. But, I mean, Go ahead.
I have not been great at reaching out a ton, every day to different people. So it's been a mixture. I mean, I've had some people, it's kind of 50-50, I guess, but I just haven't really gotten out to a big group to begin with, so I don't really know if it's going to get easier. I'm sure it will.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say is, and I'm just going to, this is literally what I do. Like when I'm going through my power hour and I'm like, okay, I want to reach out to 10 new people today and like invite them to my group. And everyone's different. Like when I reached out to Rachel, she was in a Tone It Up group and I was like, hey, this is really random. I don't know you, but honestly, obviously you're into health and fitness. Would you ever be interested in getting paid for that? Do you want to know more about it? And she was just like, yeah, okay. And so that was really random. And so I think that feels scary to us. Mm-hmm. And I just always think of it as like, if I'm reaching out to somebody, there's a reason why. Like I literally saw her Facebook and I was like, she would probably make a lot of money doing this. So why would I not? To me, I feel like I'm giving her a great opportunity here, So, but that's the way you should look at it. Like when you run across friends that that are like trainers or like that kind of stuff, I always reach out to those people because I'm like, they're already doing it. And for instance, like trainers, that is a grind. That is a hustle, and it's like, why would you not be doing something on the side that you could recommend to your clients that you could do from your computer that's a lot less, like footwork, basically. You don't have to be with them at the gym doing all that stuff. And you could do it side by side doing something you already love, as a trainer. So I always reach out to people that I know, like, it's not going to be tough. Or like I find a niche, like people who just had kids, like you, Brittany. I mean, I would reach out to people like that, like from high school or whatever, because a lot of those people want to lose weight fast. So to me, they would want Shakeology because when you tell them, like, people have lost literally, and these are true facts, people have lost 11 pounds in 11 days drinking Shakeology. It depends on how much weight you have to lose. Just getting their bodies to work correctly. I mean, I lost 4 pounds in 4 days. A lot of moms are like, done, do it. And then when you're offering, and then we have this group of other women that are going to be holding you accountable and that, we're going to be doing this every day. This is what I did. It starts to seem more like, oh, yeah, and you're a working mom, and you're right. I could do that, instead of, and I just always put it like, this is the group. It's Fitness plus Shakeology. That's the group. And, I mean, if people are like, I just really don't want, like, it has to get to the point where someone's like, I just really do not want it. For me to be like, okay, then you're not, or I've had people be like, I literally can't drink shakes. Like, I don't like to drink a shake. I think it's gross. And I'm like, okay, well, I can't help them there. And like my mom says that. She wants to be healthy, but she's like, I can't get it down. Like, it's too much, And I'm like, okay. But I think if you kind of position it that way, like a lot of top coaches always talk about finding your like your meme or like your emoticon or like not emoticon. I don't know why I'm thinking that. Like your yeah, maybe that. Anyway, they say to like list a bunch of traits that are you. So like mom, working mom, wife, like Oklahoma alum, sorority alum, like whatever you are, and that you should really focus on like contacting those people that have those same traits because you're going to attract people like you. and you're going to be able to talk to people like you a lot easier. Like for me, when I first started, I had men that like wanted to sign up for my challenge group, and I was like, yay, just whoever wants to come. But it was very awkward because then they were like, this group is like purple and pink and glitter, and and it was like I tried to like make myself not like that because I didn't want to offend them, and it was just, it doesn't work. So it really is like the people that you want to attract to do this are going to be the people that have like similar circumstances to you. And I think the best way, to be honest, to find those people like outside of your warm network is if you join Facebook groups. Like, I don't know if there has to be an Oklahoma Tone It Up group.
No, there's not. It's ridiculous. I looked it up when you asked. Well, I only looked up Tulsa, but
Yeah, see, I couldn't find the Houston one either. A friend of mine was in it, and I don't know why I couldn't search for it because it's weird. It's called like Houston Tone It Up. So it's weird. But like that one is so great. And then I have like 4 girls from there that's in my challenge because they always want to try something. And Tone It Up, like I do their stuff every now and then, but it's just like you buy their nutrition plan once and you're like a lifetime member, So a lot of those people are not doing every series with them or anything like that. The other one that I like is Lululemon. It seems like the silliest thing ever, but people post in there all the time about like, I don't know, like which size should I buy, small or medium? And there's like all this like talking about this. And then once you start talking to people, you're like, well, wait, what do you do? Like, that's kind of what you do. You're like, what do you do? Like, I feel like you're working out all the time. Like, are you a trainer? And they're like, no, but I love to work out. And then you kind of like add them. And then you start talking, and that's how I'm trying to find people that I'm like, I want to find people that are into fitness already for coaching, But another niche that I love, I always tell Megan this, is teachers. Like all these like teacher groups, I always join them, and I'll be like, what are you guys doing for the summer? Or, whatever, because I don't know why, but a lot of teachers join network marketing companies. I guess because they want to do something on the side, like in the summer or what. But she has had such success because all her teacher friends, like they go work out at lunch, and they like there's a community there in a school, and they're really good coaches because they know how to plan, they know how to teach, so I always like would reach out to teachers. Stay-at-home moms, I mean, I always say just randomly, I'll just say, and that's another thing I was going to tell you, Brittany, like I've presented the opportunity to people, and many of them are like, I'm not interested in the opportunity, but I want to do the workout plan. And it's almost better, like I've said, like, hey, as a stay-at-home mom or someone that used to work and does it, have you ever thought of maybe working again but from home? Like, is that something that would interest you? And start talking, and a lot of times they're like, no, my kids are enough, but sometimes they're like, yeah, I mean, if we could like pay off a couple bills or, and I'm just sitting here anyway, if I can do it from my computer, I'm like, great. So I would tell you guys that like when I reach out to people for the business opportunity, that's been easier almost. It seems scarier, but that's been easier almost because you can really pin down like what people are interested in fitness. And then if they're not interested in the opportunity, it doesn't seem out of left field that you contacted them because you're like, well, of course. I mean, she sees me work out every day. And, so, I mean, that's fine if they're not interested. But I think it's a little bit more warmer of a call because they know, well, obviously you found me through a fitness group, So that's been really good. Amanda, who was just on the call, I found her through Tone It Up too. I mean, and I don't feel bad because like I still do Tone It Up workouts. I still cook their food. So, but anyway, I would kind of start looking at that, like companies that have built a community around what they do, like CrossFit. I have 2 CrossFit coaches, actually 3, and 2 of them own CrossFit gyms, but they're coaches and they're like promoting Shakeology, and they're like, hey, if you guys can't make it to CrossFit, follow this along with me. And it kind of helps them cross promote because they're always that person's coach, whether it's through a Beachbody product or at the CrossFit gym or whatever. So
that's funny because I have a lot of good friends that do CrossFit, and I haven't wanted to reach out to them because I'm like, they pay $125 a month on that already. They're probably not going to want to. I don't know.
But see, that's the other thing is like I have a lot of friends that are moms that are like, I love my CrossFit community, but I can only go like once a month or once a week. And I'm like, yeah, so what happens is you're not creating a routine anymore. And I think that's the biggest sell about Beachbody is like, yes, I do Orange Theory classes, I do yoga, but I'm a mom, I work full time, I have 2 jobs, you know, and it's like, there's no way I could make fitness like my lifestyle if I couldn't do it at home every day. There's no way. I mean, there'd be weeks I wouldn't work out because life just gets too busy. You know, so I think that's more what I usually tell people is like, yeah, anyone could go to the gym 2 days a week or 1 day a week, but it's kind of a supplement. It's a way to get you, you know, on track with nutrition, with fitness, something that you can do daily. Like it's in your home. You don't have to put on makeup. You don't have to go outside. You don't have to get childcare, you know. And so I always say like, because like with people who say, I love the community of a class. I don't want to give that up. It's like, you're not giving that up. You're gaining an actual routine where you're doing this every day. And then you'll go to the class for the community aspect of it, you know. But I always just kind of bring it to people that way is like, this is literally here to create a lifestyle for you and a true routine where fitness becomes like just intrinsic and you just do it every day, you know, instead of, and like when people bring up Advocare and stuff like that, I always say, I think the major difference, and I always first say, I don't really know a lot about that product. So I would never bash them. But I would say, you know, but what I do know about my product is it's not a 30-day lose weight and then gain your weight back. It's not a 60-day program or a challenge. It's really setting you up to be able to carry this through and make it a lifestyle. And that's what I promote. And many people are like, I don't want that. I just want to lose weight for this wedding and then I'll gain it back. I don't care. Like, and that's not my person I'm going after, you know? So then I'll just be like, okay, well, if that's not what you want to do, that's fine. And I am looking for the person who wants to make it a lifestyle or wants to lose 70 pounds or, you know, whatever. And like maybe some of you are not, but like Rachel with you, like you're so interested in nutrition, you know, I would be looking for the person that like really wants to get that and really wants to be like that going forward, you know, because those are going to be like your lifers that are just going to stick with you forever. So that's what I always think about is like, who's your lifer? Like, who's somebody that you're like, oh, that person's going to stay with me? Like Chelsea, she's not on this call. She lost 30 pounds in one cycle of 21-day fix. And whether she really goes full out for, you know, building her business, she's a coach and she wants to tell people about it. I mean, she's like, I cannot believe I lost 30 pounds. Like, and now she's like, I want to lose 30 more pounds. So, you know, she's a big advocate. And so it's like, that's another thing I would say, like, if you're somebody that's super fit, like y'all are both like super fit, and if you weren't, you'd be like, you know, skinny fat. I mean, y'all are not going to be like, you know, huge girls. Like it doesn't look like it's in your DNA. But I would reach out to those girls because those are the girls that it's like, you did it all by yourself. Like that's what I need. I need to do it. Like I'm not a, you know, bikini competition competitor. I'm never going to be, but I need to lose 35 pounds. You know, so I would just be very relatable. And then also, like, I would be posting all the time. That's what's going to give y'all momentum. Is like now, I've only been doing this 6 months. People reach out to me every single day and say, like, hey, are you still doing a challenge? Can I just sign up? And it's become to where I've had to walk people through things to now they're just like, just give me your link. I already know. I've seen you for 6 months. Like, sign me up. You know, so, I mean, but it's the posting. It's the doing it. It's every time we have a promotion. It's every time clean eating. You know, if I'm going to post something about Halston, he's like with my meal prep, doing something crazy. You know, it's like your Facebook becomes not like, here's our family and our life. I mean, it becomes your business page. And I think that's hard for people because you think like, I don't want people to think that that's who I am and that's going to give you the best results, you know, and until you can like transfer that, like, I think, Rachel, for you, it'll be quicker to transfer that to, like, your like page, like your fitness page, because you've already have that following.
Yeah.
But for many people, it takes a long time to, like, get people to go over to their fitness page. So you have to be posting about that stuff. And, I mean, many times I don't post, like, 21-day fix, like, with Autumn and stuff like that. But it'll be me, like, doing a workout, and then in the comments I'll say, like, you guys want to do this too, or like I think y'all probably saw, like I posted a picture and I was like 4 pounds down or 3.1 pounds down in 4 days, and it was like, I'm back on track or whatever. Well, many people like messaged me and were like, wait, doing what? Just doing your workouts? Like, is that really 30 minutes a day? Like, so I wasn't promoting Beachbody, but you kind of do have to get out of your shell. I don't love posting pictures of my stomach, but if I don't do it, no one's going to know what I do, you know? So like many people like sent me messages, Rachel, about your side-by-side picture, and they were like, oh my God, because which Beachbody program was she doing? And I was like, she wasn't, but she's following the same thing, nutrition and fitness, you know?
I am now.
Yeah, I know. So that, I think, is like, those are the biggest things, like to be vulnerable and post that stuff. Like, Brittany, I'm sure you have a pretty good side-by-side now that if you were vulnerable enough to put that out there, people would be like,
yeah, I see to get there.
Yeah. But like the ones you posted before and after, like I could see a major difference within like 2 weeks.
Yeah.
So, and I know that's hard. When I first did it, I was like, I do not want to do it. But it's funny is when you do it, people are like, oh my God, what are you doing? What are you doing? Sign me up. So you just kind of have to get to that place of like, am I ready to like take this on and be like, this is me and I'm fitness and nutrition now and you can trust me and I'm going to keep doing it and I'm going to be consistent. Because when you do that, then people just randomly reach out. Like I have people randomly reach out and be like, hey, what kind of bread can I substitute for real bread? And then we start talking and then they're like, I'm just going to go ahead and do your challenge. You know, so I mean, that will come. You just have to really put yourself out there. Or like Brittany, for you, for both y'all, you got to be inviting. And I mean, for me, I've kind of started saying that, but I will, when I do my power hour, I will literally go to the people that added me to Facebook or I added most recently, and you just go friends most recent, and it shows your list, and I will literally like send one sentence saying like something that I like about them and their page, which is true, but like I'll be like, oh my God, I had no idea you just had another baby. Like that's so exciting, and we're all living now. And then I'll be like, hey, by the way, I'm starting this new challenge this month. What, you know, I don't know if you'd be interested or whatever, but I'm looking for 10 more people to do it. If you know some friends or if you might be interested, do you think you're interested? And it's very low stakes. Like, you know, many people are like, yeah, I mean, tell me more about it. I hardly ever get people say, just do not even contact me. I'm not interested. You have to do it. You have to put yourself out there, you know, and it's like, I literally, when I do that, I copy and paste. Like I write my first sentence about that person and go paste, go on. Copy, paste, copy, paste, copy, paste, copy, paste, copy, paste, and I'm like, done for that 15 minutes. Whenever they want to message me back, great, we'll move on from there. And that's how I do it, to where I'm not putting so much stake into like, are they going to message me back? I don't know, I can't. I just post it. I just send them a message, you know? And you'll have some people that are just do not answer, and then next month they'll be like, I just saw this. Are you doing it this month? You know, so I think just like being consistent like that and putting yourself out there and just branding yourself of like, I am into this and this is what I do. Like Rachel, like you have a lot more knowledge than we both have, you know, than anybody on my team probably has. And so it's going to be easier because people already trust that you know what you're talking about, you know. For some other people, it's like you've got to get out there. You've got to start posting these pictures. And I always, like on Tuesdays, I sometimes will take like Lori Stewart, or I'll just Google like 21 Day Fix results, and you'll find like Chelsea Pearson, or I mean, I know them now, but you can find anyone who has their results and say like, oh my gosh, look at this Transformation Tuesday from 21 Day Fix. It doesn't have to be you, you know, and just put that in. Or like sometimes I'll post a testimonial of my group. Like I took a video of me listening to Chelsea's video when she was like, and I lost 30 pounds, and I was like crying, and it was my real reaction, but I posted it and people were like, what? She lost 30 pounds? Like, I don't understand. What did she do? So I just would just always be thinking of like when people tell you how much weight they lost or how much more energy they have or whatever, of like how you can share that with Facebook and like with your audience. And then the other thing I was going to tell you guys, I'm going to do a training on this, but I would definitely, like, I know we always say like it's very, very big to build your list, and you would have done that like in your 7-day training. But that is huge. And what I mean is your email list. Like you want to get people's emails, because you can then, I don't know if you guys have seen my Package to Plated. It's like a guide for like quick packaged meals that are healthy on the go. and I promote it. And what it is like a MailChimp thing that pops up that says like, just put your name and your email address in here, and then I'll give you a link to download this free guide to whatever. And you could use mine if you wanted to. It doesn't have to be yours. You could create one, whatever. But I've been listening to a lot of stuff from Chalene Johnson, who is the creator of Pio, but she's like an amazing social media, crazy, like amazing business builder. And she was saying like your email list is your biggest thing, because what happens is you start collecting all these emails because you're giving somebody something free. And it's just a free download, you know. Or one girl did like pizza and pancakes. That's all it was. And it was like a healthy pizza recipe and a healthy pizza pancake recipe. And people downloaded it like they wanted it. People love recipes. And she got all these emails collected into her list on MailChimp, and what she could then do is use that list to like market and say like, hey, this is a new workout we have, size, and it's whatever. And it's like, I don't even know these people. We don't have a relationship, but something that I send them is going to catch their eye, and they're going to be like, I'm ready to sign up. You know, so that's a way to keep like all these people together. And then also, Brittany, I know I sent this to you, but it's in How to Launch Your Business on my site, about Asana, which is the CRM that basically keeps track of like who the people are, what they did, and I'll put it on there. I'll send it to you, Rachel. But it's got like Kendra Fletcher. If you Google her on YouTube, she has like a start to finish on how to use it for Beachbody, and it has worked really well for me. And it sends you updates. It's free. It sends you updates, and it's like, you didn't check in with these 5 people today. You need to do that. And I even put like my Success Club leads in there, my customer leads, and I know that like on Wednesdays, I need to email them my custom email and be like, hi, I'm your coach. If you want to be in my challenge group, and try and get them involved, like all of that. It tracks all of that. So I would look up Kendra Fletcher. She's a Beachbody coach on YouTube. Watch her video about Asana, ASANA. It's just so easy to track. You can get it as an app on your phone. It's great. But anyway, I've kept y'all almost an hour now, and I said that was going to be 20 minutes. So bad. But do y'all have any other questions for me just going forward with the week? Or are y'all good?
I'm
Yeah.
good.
Good.
Okay, awesome. Well, thanks for getting on, guys. And just going forward, if you have any questions, let me know. Brittany, have you started a new fit challenge this month?
Yeah, it started yesterday.
Okay. Okay, awesome. And Rachel, have you started promoting for yours?
No, I was going to probably do it day 4 or day
Okay.
5 just to put it out there.
Okay, perfect. Yeah, I was gonna say just go ahead, end of that, start doing it, and then I would do it on the 20th.
Yeah.
Just because it's like, I mean, you'll still have like a couple weeks after that to like fill up, but I mean, I think for you, you'll probably have a lot of people join. I would just make sure that if you get stuck on something, or if you feel like you get a lot of people in your event, but then they're not following through and enrolling, let's have a call and let's talk through like how to do that. Brittany, are you using events?
Yes.
Okay. Are they working good, or how do you feel about it?
Well, the second one was better than the first one, so I've only done 2, so I mean, I think it'll start steamrolling. I just have a bad, I get busy and I forget, and so I don't post stuff, and then I haven't been inviting, so I'm not the best person to ask these questions.
Well, I would say not your group, but your event. Like Rachel,
Yeah.
and she's different, but she just started an event, or she had an event, and she had, how many people did you have? 107?
Oh, good Lord. That'd be awesome.
In her free clean eating, and she's studying and she knows all about nutrition, so yes, she already has a following, but she had that many people that she could throw in there. And for me too, it's like it takes away from the personal invites when you send an event and people can see it, and then they can decide if that's something they're interested in or not. But then you have to follow up and be like, and I just send like a copy paste email where I'm like, hey girl, and I know I always say, hey girl, but I'm like, hey girl, I saw that you signed up to enroll. Let's get you enrolled so we can get you all your stuff before the challenge starts. Are you ready today? And just kind of like make the urgency high. And then people have to say like, oh no, I'm not. You know, I mean, they already signed up for something that they're not going to follow through with. So, I mean, I would just say, you know, I put the description in the scripts. I have a script on our coaching website that's inviting to an event, and I just copy and paste that and put that in the description, and it says like this top part will change, but copy and paste. And it's like how to get someone to sign up for a free player membership under you and like all this stuff. And so that's great. I mean, that's warm marketing. And I was going to tell you guys, because I don't think I've said this in any training, make sure that when you do those events, at the top it says you're creating a private event. It's just, that's the default. I always just make it public, because
Yeah, that was the one thing I forgot to do, and I noticed that. Then you had to all do it again. I was like, I was not going to recreate it. But
yeah,
private, no one else can see it when people like click that they're joining, right?
People post it. And then also, I like to do like a giveaway. Like I'll give away 5 days of Shakeology if you add 10 people to my event or whatever. And that way you're dipping into people that you don't even know. You know, so like that's a really good way too. So just remember to keep those public and you'll get way more traction, I think.
Okay.
But anyway, I'm here for you guys whenever you need me. I'm leaving on Thursday, and we'll be super, super duper busy at Summit until Saturday. But if you guys need anything, just shoot me a message or a text and let me know.
Thanks.
All right, thanks, y'all. Have a good week.
Bye.
Bye.